Working hard without alignment is like spinning your wheels in the mud. You're never really going to get anywhere. And nowadays, we're always told to just work hard and then we'll get what we want. But life is far more complicated than just work hard. Being a human is far more complicated than just work hard and then you'll get what you want. So what is alignment? Before I really continue on with this video, what does it actually mean to be in alignment? It's when you are acting in harmony with your most authentic values, goals, desires, and purpose. It's when your actions are congruent with what truly matters to you. It also has a lot to do with moving naturally with the natural flow of life, basically being lined up with the natural rhythms and flows of life. When we're working hard, it doesn't really matter very much how hard we work if what we're doing isn't in alignment with us. We will never get to where we actually want to go. We'll be going to something that is out of alignment with who we actually are and what we truly desire at the deepest level. I'm not saying that working hard is useless. What I am saying is that there's certain things you have to reflect upon before you start working really hard in the external world. You have to get clear about what it is you're doing, why you're doing it, if it actually works with you, things like this. So I have a bunch of examples that I brought up, right? So does the work actually pay off, right? You need an actual strategy for getting what you want, and the strategy has to actually work. For example, someone can work 3 minimum wage jobs, right? But they're never going to be rich, right? And they're working very hard, but when it comes to getting to that goal of getting rich, they're never in their life ever going to get there. The plan just doesn't work. The math just does not work. The amount of energy that they're putting into the thing and the amount that they're getting out of it, right? It's not a really good trade, right? You're better off investing a lot of that time somewhere else into a strategy that will make you, let's just say, $1 million or something, right? And you can apply that to basically everything, right? You can work really, really hard to, let's say, go out and meet new people, but if you're not actually going to places, for example, with like-minded individuals, people who are similar to you, you're not really going to make a lot of very meaningful connections to people because the strategy that you're following is off. If you really like, let's say, ecstatic dances and yoga, then you're probably pretty good going to an ecstatic dance, right? If you like the bar, you're probably good going to the bar. But if you hate the bar, right, then you go to the bar, you're most likely going to meet people who like going to the bar. You're not going to meet people who have a very deep connection to you. You're not really going to be able to form it because it's out of alignment, right? So does the work actually pay off? Does your strategy actually work, right? If your strategy doesn't work, then it's like spinning your wheels in the mud. You're going to work hard, but you're never really going to get what it is you actually want. Next is, do you actually care about what you're actually doing? Is it really what you want, or have you been conditioned to want it by external forces? For example, really interesting example of this is going to the gym. A lot of people don't really care about how big their muscles are, but when they're in a gym environment, now they care. They care about their abs. They start looking at their own biceps, right? Because in that environment, you're kind of conditioned to care about those things. There's a sort of collective energy, a collective sort of belief system, a collective sort of, basically just collective ideas that you kind of pick up on, right? And they kind of enter your mind, right? Each environment has this. It's really up to you to really try your best to remain uninfluenced by various environments, right? And you're going to always be influenced by the environment no matter what. There's a very radical and complicated connection between you and the environment that you're in, but you really need to know thyself, like the ancient Greeks said. You have to know what it is that you really value and not let certain forces just throw you off and, just kind of throw you off course. So do you actually care about what it is that you're doing? Is it really what you want? Are you sure it's what you want? Has the environment conditioned you to want it in any way, right? Another really interesting example is having a great career. A lot of people want to have really great careers, but this desire is a byproduct of the environment that they've grown up in. If they've grown up, let's say in like America, how you survive is by having a great career. Of course you want a great career, but what do you really want? What do you believe that career will do for you? What's the want underneath the want? What's like the really most core desire that is driving your behavior, not the surface level desires of like, I want money because then I can pay rent, or I want money so that I can experience financial freedom. That's a better example. It's like, why do you really want this? Like, what do you believe these things will actually give you? Right? I'm not saying to stop wanting it. I'm just saying to like really examine your desires at a very deep level. So you really need to have a good amount of self-honesty when you're doing this, and a sort of self-reflective muscle and self-awareness. And you really need to be pretty serious about it. You actually have to consciously put in effort into what I'm saying in order to yield any results. It's a really proactive thing. Like, you're going to actually reflect on what it is you're doing and why. Like, where are you investing your energy? Why? And does it actually work with you? Moving on is, I actually just said it. Does it actually work with you? Does it actually fit you well? Does it fit your personality type? And does it fit your psychology? Most people don't take a lot of personality tests. They don't really understand their psychology very well. They don't really understand emotional intelligence very well. They don't understand quite a lot of things about being a human very well, right? And then without a proper map, without a proper understanding of these things, how do you expect to go out into the world and create something, join something that actually fits you in a very proper way? It's like when you're going to go buy shoes, right? You want a shoe that actually fits you, right? I'm size 13, I got big feet, right? I can't wear size 5, right? I can't wear size 7, right? I need size 13, right? And it's kind of hard to find. I usually have to buy my shoes online. I hope you get the point that I'm making here. It's like, you need to actually know thyself in order to fit properly in the environment that you're in the work that you're doing, in the relationships that you're in. So you actually got to really study yourself. It's a really important thing to do that can take many, many hours. Some ways to do that are just by studying psychology, daily meditation, taking personality tests. Traveling is really good. Time in nature, self-reflecting, just self-awareness in general, anything that builds self-awareness. Next is, does it fit your values and purpose? Do you even know what your values are? Do you even know what your purpose in life is? Have you ever even decided to figure this out? Like, have you ever spent like an hour just sitting down and contemplating it ever in your life? Actually discover your core values. Discover your life's purpose. Actually take time to like really, really begin to dig deep into this kind of stuff. And all this stuff is subject to change, but you got to kind of get started and start just paving it down, right? It's almost like when people first built roads, like they pave the road, right? But then, you can repair it, you go back, you adjust it, right? It's like you kind of just got to get started and kind of just start building the habit. Next is, do you actually just enjoy the journey? Because when we're working hard, we usually have some goal in our mind of $1 million or big muscles or whatever it is. Like, do you actually enjoy doing the thing itself? And once again, you got to be very honest, because we can be conditioned to really want something that is out of alignment with us. We can be conditioned to continuously do stuff that isn't really what we desire in the present moment. For example, I weightlifted every day for many, many, many years. And after a while, I kind of just started to get a little bit bored of it. And I started to just desire something else. But that habit of waking up and weightlifting immediately was like really ingrained into me. And I would catch myself just continuously doing it until I kind of just let it go. And then I would actually just go for runs in nature, because that was really what I desired. My desires changed. I picked up on it, and I had to shift, right? I had to find things that actually align with me based off of my present circumstances. So I also want to say that life unfolds in chapters and phases, and working hard isn't always appropriate depending on the context that you're in or the phase of life that you're in. Sometimes you gotta rest, sometimes you just gotta sit, meditate, sometimes you gotta just leave work, go on a meditation retreat. Sometimes working hard is sleeping, right? Sometimes working hard is not working at all. The idea of just like endless output, work hard, right? It's too forceful, and it's too out of touch with the natural forces of life, with the natural rhythm and flow of existence. It's out of alignment. I guarantee you, what makes you the happiest is not just endless working hard and working hard and working hard. And I like working hard. Personally, I work very hard towards the things that are in alignment with me. That's the key word, is that if it's not in alignment with you and you're just working hard, you're spinning your wheels in the mud. So instead of just thinking that like, oh, I got to work hard, really determine, is this thing actually in alignment with me? Does it actually fit me? Is it in alignment with my values? Does it fit my personality type? Do I enjoy it? How do I feel engaging with this thing, person, place, activity, whatever it is? That's it for this video. If you guys are interested in one-to-one coaching, I'm offering a free session. You can book me. Link is in the description. Take it easy.